Hey guys, it's Myy, and today I'm going to talk about what endless cardio does to your body. So, about 6 years ago, I became a fitness instructor, part-time at first. I was teaching cardio classes on the weekends around my other full-time job. It was fun at first. I got to burn calories, get energy, get paid to do something that I love. And then I started working more teaching classes and doing personal training. So I was doing half personal training, half teaching classes, all cardio classes. And of course, I started noticing that my body was changing. I was losing weight, I was losing body fat percentage, or so I thought. And so I kept doing it, I was having fun, and I ended up giving up my full-time job, going into fitness full-time. So I was doing personal training, group fitness classes, and then I just decided that fitness was what I wanted to do. And I did that for the last about 5 years full time. So I was teaching Monday through Saturday, sometimes on Sunday, all cardio classes and personal training. And of course, I started losing more weight. So then what did I start to do? I started thinking, oh, okay. So I'm working out a lot every day and working out really hard. So I thought that I could start eating more. So I would eat carbs, pasta, pizza, whatever I felt like I wanted. People would tell me, oh, so you can eat whatever you want, right? And I was like, yeah, sure I can. So I kept doing that. And then I actually started teaching more classes. Sometimes I would teach 2 a day, sometimes 3 times a day. The most I would do was 5 times a day. And so I actually started noticing that I was gaining weight. So I was like, okay, maybe I can't eat whatever I want. So I cut out some carbs here and there. And then I started taking it down to 1 time a day. Meal 1 time a day, maybe snacking during the day. And I was still noticing that I was gaining weight. So I was like, what's going on here? Is it me? Is it my metabolism? Is there something wrong with me? And so I started cutting more calories. And then I started doing more cardio because I couldn't figure out why I was gaining weight, why I wasn't getting the results that I wanted. And it just became this terrible negative cycle. So I started, just assessing everything that I was doing. And was it my fruit juice consumption? Should I drink more water? Should I have more vegetables? I wasn't sure. So I just kind of kept doing what I was doing and seeing no results, getting more and more frustrated. Belly fat was becoming the worst part of it. So I was gaining a ton of weight in the middle, no weight on my arms, and my legs were pretty much staying the same, or maybe even getting bigger, I don't know. So I was just like, what is wrong with me? What can I possibly do to change this? Do I have to go to the doctor? So I really couldn't figure it out. I was tired all the time, my energy level was going down, I was cranky. And I was just like, I need to do something to change this. So finally, after, 5 years of going through this up and down body weight, up and down body fat percentage, I started thinking, I started asking some of the other instructors, fitness instructors, what they were doing. Most of them would tell me weight training, strength training, and of course I would look at them like, strength training, but you're just doing something and you're taking a rest. How could you be burning more calories than somebody that's not taking any rest during their workout? So I just couldn't understand it, and of course I didn't really want to believe it. I hated weight training. It was boring. It just didn't stimulate my mind. I liked teaching step, and I liked teaching cardio kickboxing because there was choreography, there was something to keep me mentally stimulated as well as physically stimulated, but it just wasn't getting the results I needed. So when recently I decided, I have to do something, maybe I should start listening to the people that are doing the strength training. So I started listening to them, and I started doing more weight training, cutting down my cardio a little bit, which of course made my class participants very upset, but I had to do that for me because I just wasn't happy with the results I was seeing. Not only the results that I was seeing, but also the results from my class participants. They would come into class and I could see that they were, not getting the results that they were looking for, or just unhappy altogether. And I felt like I wasn't really leading by example. So I started doing more strength training, started picking up more classes teaching strength training, which is always a struggle because everybody wants to do endless cardio. They don't feel like they're getting a good enough workout if they're just doing strength training. But I can tell you from firsthand experience over these last maybe 2 or 3 months, I've really focused on my nutrition, taking down the carbohydrates, not eliminating them, but taking them down. So not eating, before I was not eating all day and then having a big bowl of pasta for dinner. That was pretty much my daily routine, maybe having a couple of snacks during the day. Now, instead, I'm eating small portions of good carbohydrates, maybe some rice, maybe some fruit, whatever. Drinking as much water as I can throughout the day, keeping it with me, and really bumping up my protein so that the strength training that I'm doing is being fed by the protein. So in these past few months, I have seen enormous results, and not only have I seen it, but everyone that I see sees it too. Everyone comes up to me and says, "Oh my God, you look so good. What are you doing differently?" Because before I was the chubby fitness instructor. And do you want to be the chubby fitness instructor? No, it's ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. Working out with your classes 4 to 5 times a day, or 2 to 3 times a day, whatever it is, 6 days a week, sometimes 7 days a week I was doing for a while. It doesn't make sense that you are not showing your classes results on you, and you're not showing your classes results on them. So with this strength training, I've started to see results. Within these last 2 to 3 months, I've really been focusing more on the strength training, less on the cardiovascular. I'm still doing cardio, of course. I'm not telling anybody to not do cardio, but you have to build your muscles. You have to have strength in your body, not only for looks, but also for the way that you feel. For your balance, you have to have strength. For your total well-being, strength is so important. It's not just about, gaining muscle mass or losing body fat percentage. It's more about just feeling good about yourself. So with that, I'm going to continue on the path that I'm doing right now, and hopefully continue to see more and more improvements with body fat percentage. So for me, now, would you think that looking at a fitness instructor that works out 4 to 5 times a day, doing cardiovascular, sweating, heart rate getting up and sweating for, an hour at a time, would you think that they would have body fat percentage? I mean, in their middle section. Now this is improvement over 2 to 3 months. Before this, I honestly was starting to look pregnant. That's how much body fat was accumulating around my middle. And it really didn't make any sense to me. So, if you're like me and you're stubborn, which I am, if I don't see it happen, visually, I'm not going to accept it. I'm just not. Until I do it myself or until I choose to do it myself, I'm really not going to listen to anybody else. But if you want to know firsthand what actually works when you're doing endless amounts of cardio and your nutrition is so, it's not like you're overindulging and eating 3 huge meals a day and you're just not getting results, or you're even gaining weight, take it from me, really listen to the people around you when they tell you you need to do strength training. Now, do you think that lifting something like this is, I don't know, 1 pound, 2 pounds, going like this, do you think that that's gonna build muscle? Probably not. I'm not trying to be facetious. I'm not trying to, annoy you. I'm just trying to be real with you. You have to build muscle with something that's going to challenge you. So, sometimes in my videos, I'm going to use 15 pounds, dumbbells maybe. Challenges me with certain exercises. Does it challenge me with row? Not really enough. So does it challenge me with a chest press? Maybe if I do 3 sets of 10 or something like that. But, you have to really challenge yourself for what your body needs. If you're just starting out, 2 pounds, I don't really know if that's gonna do it for you. I still really believe that most people have a little bit more strength than, lifting 2-pound dumbbells or 1-pound dumbbell. But that's just me. Of course, if you have an injury, you have to modify for what you need. So for me, when I had tendonitis in my knees about 6 years ago, I needed to still work out. So I wasn't able really to do any jogging, running, walking on the treadmill, nothing like that. But I was still able to do upper body. So I would go to the gym and I would do upper body. I would go on machines, maybe do chest press, maybe do shoulder press, whatever it was, overhead press, whatever it was that I wanted to do for upper body or core, I could do. So a lot of times I'll hear from my class participants, I'm injured. My hip hurts, my knee hurts, my shoulder hurts, my ankle hurts, whatever hurts. You're always going to have something that's going to try to prevent you from working out if you don't like to work out. You're always going to have that. You should still try to make time to do something physically active for your body, because it's like a negative cycle. Let's say I have an injury, like on my ankle or something like that. I'm still gonna go to the gym and do something, or I'm gonna do it in my house, or I'm gonna do push-ups on the wall. Whatever it is, you have to try to make time for some sort of physical activity, because your body likes to move. It doesn't like to just stay in one place, sit at a desk all day, lay in bed all day. That just creates more and more injuries, I feel. So anyways, I'm getting off the topic. Cardio and weight training, you have to make sure that you're really building strength in your body to burn fat. I didn't believe it for the longest time, didn't listen to anybody, but in reality, it is true. As boring as it might be to some people, you need to find a way to make it engaging and fun for you, because if you don't, you're gonna have all sorts of problems later on in life. Whatever that might be. You might throw yourself off balance. You can't pick yourself up because you don't have the strength. You might, start to have a neck issue because you didn't build the strength in your neck. You might start to have, a shoulder injury because you reached behind you to grab something and your body wasn't used to doing that. Didn't have the strength that it needed. So anyways, that's my talk of the day. Now, just make sure that you understand, I'm not telling you to not do cardio. You have to do some cardio, you have to do strength training, and you have to do nutrition. Nutrition is the most important part of the whole thing. If your nutrition is off, you're not gonna see results. I'm walking testimony. I tried for so long to think, okay, I'm a fitness instructor. I can work out 4 times a day with my classes and burn a ton of calories, get my heart rate up, sweat pouring off me. I could, take my clothes and drench them out. They were soaked, but I still was not able to eat whatever I wanted to eat. I wasn't even able to eat 1 meal a day at dinner of pasta. It didn't work. You have to really make sure that you are watching all 3 of those things. You don't have to be perfect, but if you're looking at me and saying, wow, she's getting all of these results, what is she doing? That my class participants, they come up to me and they're like, wow, you look like you lost a lot of weight. Well, it's not from doing the same thing over and over, it's from changing what I was doing before. So when I first started teaching classes, I got a ton of results because I went from doing no exercise or, limited exercise here and there to doing a ton of exercise. So I did get results at first. But as my body got used to it, that wasn't enough anymore. I couldn't eat whatever I wanted. I could not just keep doing endless cardio every single day. My body was too used to it, and I needed to incorporate the strength training. With strength training now, you are hopefully constantly challenging yourself to a new weight. So therefore, you are changing what you're doing. For example, if I'm doing 15-pound dumbbells, and I'm doing chest press, maybe I'm doing that for a month or 2, starts to feel, a little bit easy. So maybe I'm gonna go to 17.5. And that's a changing what I'm doing for my body, and then I continue to see results. So, you can change all you want. You can do, all these different types of workouts. That's a way to change it up, change what your body needs. Or you can choose to do weight training. And if you're doing the weight training, you're changing what you're doing. You don't keep using 5-pound dumbbells and never change that. or you're not doing 3-pound dumbbells for a bicep curl and you never change that, if it starts to feel easy, you want to challenge yourself. Challenging yourself and doing, hurting yourself are two very separate things. You have to know your body. No one can tell you, okay, Myy, you are ready right now to go to 50 pounds deadlift. No, nobody can tell me that. I can hire a trainer if I want to, but they do not know when I'm ready, when my body is ready to change weight or change my eating patterns or change. The only person that knows that is you. So I'm not going to tell my class participants, okay, you've been using 3-pound dumbbells for a while now. I think it's time for you to go to 5-pound dumbbells. No, I'm not going to tell them that because that's not my body. That's their body. So they have to make that decision. I can continue to keep saying, challenge yourself and work at a pace that you need to work at, but ultimately it's up to the person to decide when it's time for them to change. So as much as fitness instructors may want to help people to get the results that they want to get, and they'll tell them over and over again, okay, you need to challenge yourself. You need to change it up. Don't keep doing the same exact routine every single day. It doesn't work. So that's what I have to say for today. If you have any questions for me, let me know. Oh, that feels good. But if you don't understand the meaning of change your routine, or maybe you just don't want to change your routine, maybe you just want to keep doing the same thing that you're doing because it's fun, or it's satisfying to you, or you don't like change, well, then you're not going to see results. I'm just being real with you. I know from firsthand experience that I was not going to see any more results with what I was doing until I changed what I was doing. And in fact, not only was I not seeing results, but I was actually seeing negative results. So I was gaining weight, which is really crazy if you think about it, to gain weight even though you're working out. It's just, that's what happens, I guess. So, if you have any questions for me about this, send me an email at my link, or post a comment and let me know what your thoughts are. But until then, hopefully you realize that strength training and building strength in your body is the most important thing if you want to see results, and if you're doing endless amounts of cardio every single day. So, thanks. Have a good day.